along Minnesota's North Shore. We're staying in Grand Marais. We're just leaving our campground right now to head out for a day of adventure. We've actually been here for the past couple days, but just finishing out the work week. We haven't really done anything super exciting yet. It's been raining quite a bit, but we're gonna make the most of it. We're heading up to Grand Portage State Park today, which is right along the Minnesota-Canada border. We're heading there right now, but first stop, we're gonna get some coffee. That was delicious. I got an oat milk hazelnut latte, and Cole got an iced caramel latte. And we got some breakfast sandwiches that were very good.
Very good.
Ham, egg, and cheese on a croissant. All right, now we go north. So it's about, do you want to put it in your phone?
Yep.
It's about a 45-minute drive, I believe, to Grand Portage State Park along Highway 61. So here we go. So we're here in mid-September. Typically, this is the time when the fall colors start to peak, but things are a little behind this year, unfortunately. It didn't work out for us to come any later. We had to come now. So the leaves really haven't started changing much. I'd say maybe 10 to 15%, which is a bummer, but still cool to see. But I'd say in about 2 weeks, it's gonna be absolutely gorgeous up here. There's customs. We're not going into Canada. Not today, at least. Ready, Fred?
Let's do it.
We're here. And we're gonna do this to here. And then we're gonna go. The first part of the trail that we're doing today is paved to get to High Falls. It's only a half mile each way, about a mile round trip, but then we're gonna continue on and go to Middle Falls. So it should end up being about 4.5 miles round trip. So there are some little walkways along the trail that take you down to the river. So we're gonna check one out. It's been raining again for the past couple days, so the water levels are pretty high right now, which is actually a good thing for if you wanna see waterfalls and rapids. That was really cool. That's one good thing about all the rain that they've gotten up here recently.
The river is rushing. This gives me more Pacific Northwest vibes than when we were in the Pacific Northwest.
When we were in the Pacific Northwest, it never rained. It was sunny and like 100 degrees every day. So yeah, this is definitely more moody. High Falls along the Pigeon River is Minnesota's highest waterfall, dropping 120 feet. There are multiple viewing decks on the Minnesota side, and you can see these epic falls from the Canadian side in Pigeon River Provincial Park. The amount of mist coming off of the waterfall is really cool. 10 out of 10.
Absolutely.
Would recommend.
It's a half a mile from the parking lot.
Now we need to find the trail to continue on to Middle Falls. So right when you come down that like boardwalk area from High Falls, there's a little offshoot that takes you on the Middle Falls trail. Yep, and there's a toilet. So that is handy.
Clutch.
Pretty clutch. And this is not paved. The boot version. Oh God. I don't know if it'll show up well on camera, but I just almost fell.
Tripped over a root.
rolled my ankle a little bit. This is a very rooty trail.
The trail is pretty tree covered for the most part, but it does open up to views of Lake Superior.
So after that Lake Superior lookout, there's another little offshoot for a different lookout that we did not go down. And then the main trail starts to descend. So that's what we're doing right now. And it's like weirdly warm and muggy here. So we had to shed some layers. This trail is a little sketch here at the end. A little overgrown.
The trail brings you to that section of rapids, but if you keep following it along the river, you will eventually find the falls.
Whoa! This is kind of scary. You're literally right here at the waterfall. Back in the truck. Great hike. I think it took, what'd your watch say? How long did it take us?
3 hours, 5.5 miles.
3 hours, 5.5 miles. I don't know if we went 5.5 miles. We did like walk around a lot at the falls though.
We did.
Now we're gonna pop down to the National Monument quick before we head back towards Grand Marais. Also, there was a really cool overlook up here that I wanted to stop at on the way out, but I don't think we're gonna be able to see anything because it got extremely foggy like in the last hour and a half. Like we're right alongside the lake and I don't think we can even see it. Yeah, that was it. Don't worry about it. We can't see anything.
Grand Portage is an ancient trail between Lake Superior and the Pigeon River used by indigenous people for more than 1,000 years. Now, European fur traders came here in the 1700s to transport supplies and trade goods. We stopped by the Heritage Center before taking a quick tour of the grounds. The Northwest Company had their headquarters and Western Supply Depot here, so today you can check out replicas of some of those buildings, like the canoe warehouse and the Great Hall that they would have used.
Now we're gonna get some tacos at Hungry Hippie Tacos.
This place is back in Grand Marais, and it's known for its fry bread tacos. Fry bread is a Native American bread, and if you've never had it, my best description would be almost like a funnel cake texture, but not sweet. It's delicious.
It is the next day and we are rolling out of the campground about 45 minutes later than expected, but we're sticking to our plans. We are heading out of Grand Marais today, leaving the campground. So we're towing right now, towing the camper, and we're heading south on Highway 61 back towards Silver Bay to do a hike that has gained a lot of popularity in recent years. It is Bean and Bear Lake. I was hoping the fall colors would be out a little more by now as we did it, but I think it's still gonna be a good one.
The Bean and Bear Lake hike is a section of the Superior Hiking Trail. Now that's a roughly 300-mile-long route that follows the ridgeline above Lake Superior and takes most hikers 2 to 4 weeks. This hike is only about 6.5 to 7 miles, and as you can see, it was very muddy.
It's funny because our dogs are like polar opposites when it comes to water or just like mud. Lady wants to lay in it and drink it, and Luna wants nothing to do with it. The trail splits when you're about, I think we're like a little less than half mile away, and we are going to the left. There is a loop that you can do between the two lakes, but we're just gonna do the out and back because it's a little bit shorter. But you can go either way. Really pretty. That is Bean Lake. Gorgeous views. But now we're gonna keep going to Bear Lake. We're a little confused. The trail has gotten a little odd. We're lost. We just can't figure out what trail to take to get to the Bear Lake overlook.
Okay, I didn't do a great job of documenting this part, but basically just keep going straight. Don't turn onto a different trail. The trail does start to go downhill, which didn't feel right, but it eventually brings you back up to the right overlook.
Absolutely worth the effort, but it's getting pretty windy, so we're gonna head back down. Okay, we regrouped, we changed, we wiped all the mud off of ourselves, and we decided we're gonna make one more stop in our time here on the North Shore at Split Rock Lighthouse. So that's where we are now, and we're just gonna pop out maybe for 30 minutes or so, check out the lighthouse, and take you along.
Just a pop in, pop out
Just
situation.
a quick little stop, because we're a little tired, and the pups
And
are
we
tired.
have to drive like 6 hours.
Yeah, we have a long drive day this evening, so and there are like 10 billion other things that I wanted to do that we just didn't get to, but this will be good. Not a great start. I wanted to actually go in the lighthouse, but they're not selling admission for that after 4 o'clock today, and it's 4 o'clock. I don't know what's happening. It said we can see the lighthouse if we walk down this trail. It's about 1/3 of a mile from the parking lot, so we're gonna do that. We found it.
Pretty cool.
It is very cool. It's very peaceful down here right now too. Well,
There's a photo shoot.
there's a
happening.
photo shoot happening next to us now. This is a great way to just pop down and see the lighthouse super quick if you don't have a bunch of time.
Split Rock Lighthouse sits on a 130-foot cliff overlooking Lake Superior. It was built in 1910, and the lighthouse guided ships across the often dangerous Lake Superior. It was decommissioned in 1969 and is now a state historic site and a National Historic Landmark.
That is going to do it for our time on the North Shore. There are so many other things that I would have loved to do, but we only had 2 days to actually do activities. If you have 3 to 4 days to do the North Shore, that is a much better time frame. 2 days is just a little tough. There's so many other things that we would have loved to do that we just didn't get to on this trip, so we will definitely be back. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.